Hello everyone! I think up to this point, I created a automatic system for nearly everything we can make. So I think it is time to work on this machine, the climate regulator. However, that is going to require a thermal regulator, which we don't have yet, or at least not the crafting recipe. Now my guess is that we can get it through the material analyzer, or at least get something, so we can make it. We can unlock all the way up to amethyst, so we're only missing uranium. I did look around a little bit in the toxified area. I could not see a uranium ore node. Ooh, nice. We unlocked the jetpack. Cargo spaceship as well. Okay, so we unlocked new spaceship. Unlocked the jetpack, which I imagine is somewhere around here. Requires 2 ship engines, which require the fast rotors. I did have to manually craft those, actually. Those are not in the system yet, because that recipe kind of looks like a pain. That has so many requirements to be close to each other. Okay, let's go make a jetpack real quick. Also got the quantum processor, plasma conductor. That already sounds pretty damn terrifying. Alright, I imagine it has to go into the equipment slot. I'm thinking of taking out the cooling module. This made it so we didn't take any damage in the hot area, which was helpful while I was setting up all these conveyor lines. But seeing as we're going to go into climate regulator anyway, let's see how this works. Oh, hell yeah. So I wish I had the jetpack a bit earlier, because if you scroll all the way down, you can see that I crossed this very large ocean lake with conveyor belts. Alright, then we also got the gem cutter. Cuts and processes diamonds, rubies, and other gemstones in high precision components. Let's go check this out. We got unlocked the diamond drill, energy crystals. This does not seem to require water, which is nice. The ruby, diamond, sapphire, amethyst, more diamonds. We only have ruby and ruby and amethyst, so we'll have to set that up later as well. For now though, let's check out ruby ore, advanced assembler, advanced miner version 3, warming unit. It's going to be the same as the cooling unit, I would imagine, but for the cold area. This really confuses me though, because you would think we can make this machine or this regulator already. Am I just really blind? I guess I am. I swear that wasn't here before, guys. Anyway, we can set that up to be automatically crafted now. I did set up the machine for it at least. Alright, so this machine can now make thermal regulators. Seeing as we have a very large line here of rubies, I'm wondering, right, would it be worth to connect these up? I thought there were multiple ruby ones, but I guess only one. The laser emitter. Alright, all of this should be set up now. And let's start using the amethyst to unlock the last of the material analyzers things we can do. Radiation shield. Radiation insulin. Warehouse tier 3. Ooh, that could be interesting. What is that going to give us, though? Bigger inventory space once again? Yeah, it goes up to 100 stack size. So if we build 5 of these, we are good. However, it does require a couple things like fast rotors, which I feel like I'm going to have to make now. Alright, for our next terraformation job, we would have to create a colder climate in some of these hot areas. Now that thermal regulators are a thing we auto-craft, we can do that. It seems to be very slow, but I am just going to go over here and... Jesus Christ, this thing is huge. 100% power. This thing is going to take a while with building, I would imagine. Oh no, it's using the power now. It is going down quick. It's going to need so many damn solar panels. Jesus. Yeah, it's going to need like double what we already have. Now it is nighttime, so these solar panels run on like minimum power, but still. We could have actually placed down a nuclear geothermal plant. What do you mean the geothermal plant is not enough power, man? Is it because it's not built correctly, or built all the way yet? When it says it produces 0 megawatts at the moment. There we go. Now we have a surplus of power. And when it's daytime, it's going to be an extra surplus. It looks really damn cool though. I wish they had these things in real life. Summers get bloody hot. Something I want to look at as well is the water purifier version 2. We have this toxified lake right in front of us. I want that to be untoxified if at all possible. And we will have to check if that has power. It has 0 power. We can place a solar panel right on top of it. Nice. Self-sustaining, baby. Yikes, it was at 33% when I checked a second ago, and it still hasn't done a single kilometer yet. This might just take a while. Well, you can see it up here, actually. Climate regulated. We're at 0.66%. Yeah, we're gonna have to build multiple of these across the planet. While the systems will automatically produce them, they are a bit slow. But I suppose that is the nature of items having to go through multiple storage units or crafting units. Seeing as it required ceramic, which has the process of first having to create quartz into silica and then into ceramics. And then it still has to craft the item. I suppose also what could be the bigger bottleneck is the tier 2 drills. They're actually very slow, but they can be placed on larger ore rocks, which is the ruby, sapphire, stuff like that. But ultimately, they're like 4 times slower than a regular drill, so I imagine that is the actual bottleneck. It's just a ruby. Especially since it's 30 a minute, but it's also getting split between another device, so it's basically like 15 a minute. And then as you can see, it uses up 2 rubies, so it's more like we get 7 of these a minute. Alright, the next climate regulator I'm going to be building, I'm going to be placing right over here. This is the area we were just at. Over here is where the regulators are being made. And we could already set up another one too. I think I'm going to be placing it somewhere around here, because as you can see, I have a tiny operation set up in this area too. I might just make it right on top here. Seems like a fun and cool thing, right? And cool it has to be. I gotta say though, these are progressively getting bigger and bigger, these buildings. Like this regulator, man, it's ridiculously big. I wonder if this one is at 100% yet. It is cooler here, I'm not dying. It's at 90. Yeah, we placed it like right around here and it's starting to get more normal looking. Also, a little fun fact, did you know you can click down here as well? You can see some of the completed missions. Alright, we have 1 kilometer left to go. 1 square kilometer, that is. I wanted to check something out, though. I want to see if we can cool down the hottest region of the planet, which was that desert. Because that place has some ungodly temperatures, man. It was like 91 degrees there. That is like death temperature twice over, man. And let's use the little drone to build ourselves another one of these climate regulators. And also a geothermal plant. Interestingly enough, though, the analysis radar, even though it's offline, you can see all of these ores still. So you only have to do it once. But also, we just received... Well, we just completed, I should say, the next terraformation stage. Next up, it wants us to do the same thing, but in the cold areas. And then we get radiation absorbers, and then I would imagine we have to purify the radiation areas. The neat thing is, though, if we unlock this one, we unlock uranium deposits. They'll be shown on the map. Well, anyway, it looks like we're going to have some issues with certain components, so I'm going to have to craft some of those. And then we go and head towards the colder areas. Well, good news, it is cooling down. It's still hot as hell, but 72 degrees at the moment. Also, can someone please tell me what to do with all these vehicle energy cells? Should I just delete them? We're going into nuclear power soon, I think anyway, because, as I said, we unlock uranium ore deposits after this, so we can easily spot those. And then we're probably going to go over, but I was thinking we could at least unlock like a charging station. And unless we might still, because I think there was some sort of vehicle charging station. I imagine we need that in order to charge those batteries. Alright, these things are up. It's working perfectly. Sweet. Get the heck out of here before I start dying. Let's head over to another area. I imagine around here is probably good enough. It's just on the border of the extreme cold and just cold area. I'm gonna park myself on the lesser of the cold areas. So cold as hell, though. Hey, those have now been created. That should hopefully soon get enough power to this. Then we can start regulating the climate. It's already doing it somehow, without any power. As you can see, this whole desert area is starting to lose its heat. This is also a perfect way of seeing how far this eventually will go on its own. This has gone pretty far. I imagine this is like the max, right? But this is still like a decent chunk. And it looks like we're almost done with the cold climate as well. I'm just gonna place down one more, and then we should be completely done. Never mind, we are completely done. We got the radiation absorber, which we cannot make yet. Oh man, also requires fast rotors. I imagine that's gonna be our next task, right? To get rid of all the radiation, or at least some of it. This actually looks pretty cool though. You can see the climate regulators in the distance. Thinking of placing another one over there. I mean, eventually we have to anyway. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Also, it looks like the water purifier tier 2 did a pretty good job. It also looks like that water over there is way cleaner than this one. I guess it makes sense, because the water purifier tier 1 did say that it's only 75% clean. I guess in that case, plunk one of these down. Let it clean the water here at our doorstep. Next up, yep, build radiation. 200, wait, that's 200 CI. That could mean anything. It probably has a meaning. I just don't know it. Well, yeah, we'd need 20 of these radiation insulants, which actually isn't that bad. While we're in the radiation area, we could also look at finding uranium and setting that up. Well, setting a drill up for that. That goes into a warehouse system. Radiation absorber. There we go. This is like right next to where we get the phosphoride. It isn't actually as bad in this area as you would expect it to be. Like radiation, for example, doesn't actually kill you as fast. Let's make a planet analyzer. We have done 6 from out of the 200. I mean, it isn't that bad because I don't think it's technically working yet. It's at 69% power. Let's also slap down an antenna while we're here. Oh, look at that. Uranium is like right here. I must have missed it, I guess, while flying over. But that's good because we need multiple. Why does it not want to build on there? You need a more powerful tool? We need the tier 3? Oh, yikes. That's gonna be quite fun. How much diamond does it cost to craft that drill, though? 5 diamond ore. I think we have that back at the base. This is gonna take a little while anyway. I'm kind of hoping 1 is enough, to be fair. It kind of seems like it's not even at a quarter done yet. You know, I'm thinking about it. We might want to hold off on making that tier 3 miner just yet. We're gonna unlock diamonds in a second. We probably need diamonds for a tier 3 drill in order to mine up the diamond. So my idea is we just place it on the diamonds first, and then we basically have enough for that. We also, do we have? Yeah, we have enough diamonds for that. Nice. Does mean now we need to have this gem cutter for a sec. And we could go out and find a couple more diamonds as well. Ultimately, that wouldn't hurt, of course. But we're so close anyway. Doesn't really matter. The atmosphere control tower. A central hub for regulating the planet's atmosphere, including gas composition and air pressure. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but it sounds important. It also looks like we're gonna have to automate these reinforced frames. I didn't think I would need that many, but if it's gonna be necessary for a drill, it might be handy to autocraft these eventually as well. So I have quite the list again, things that we have to autocraft. Although AI chip is also one of those. We had this recipe from like the start of the game. I guess now we finally started needing it. The microscope is also something we had for such a long time now, but we never had to use yet. Okay, sweet, we did it. Probably needs to get this atmospheric towers built, right? Yes. How expensive are those? Well, cheap, I wouldn't say, actually. Now look at it. The composite beams are kind of a pain to make, and we cannot make another one. Also, my god, that took tons of power. Let's go check out if we can spot some diamonds on our map. Is there anywhere specific they are? In cold regions. That is down here, though. I don't see any. It's very hard to see on this one. It's probably also a white outline. Yeah, there it is. I guess let's start making our way over there. Also, it still does not have enough power. What the heck, man? I guess this also needs a second geothermal plant. Also, I was just gonna say, it's still not done building yet. I think eventually I might move this. Move it towards back here. Because it's kind of in the way of our base. Let's start building a couple things. For one, let's get this climate regulator out. And then get a couple geothermal plants down. Then let's see. I'm gonna try a regular drill first. Needs to be more powerful. Tier 2 will work as well. Okay, did not expect that. In that case, we could have just made the uranium one. Alright, let's also check out this real quick again. This had a couple diamond recipes, right? The drill, the lens. I think I'm gonna set up a couple of these. It's gonna go very slow, but ultimately I think that is worth it. Alright, there we go. Those go in there. Diamond can go straight into there. These should now automatically make all the components. Again, very, very slowly because these tier 2 miners are pretty bad. I'm gonna go over to that uranium spot and start setting up a route from there. Alright, sweet. And it also sounds like this area is no longer radiated, which is nice. Alright, instead of hooking it all the way up to the warehouse that's all the way over there, I'm just gonna hook it up over here for now. There's another one here. Actually, there's another one here too. I might just hook one of these up to one of these refiners, because the refiners can make another item we needed. The uranium rod, or whatever the heck it was. We don't really have the supplies for it now anyway. We need a tier 3 drill. However, there are a couple in the system. We actually do have enough. Wow. Alright, well, let's place that down there. Needs a bit of power. So after a long time, we can finally make the refined uranium. And let's also place down our very first V2 pump. With 100% power. It's not at 100% water yet, but that will be once this lake is purified. Let's hook this up to the system. Interestingly, we also have phosphorus over here. This only seems to spawn inside this area, in the toxified location. I mean, while we have it anyway, we may as well create fertilizer. We haven't needed it yet, but I mean, once we need it, at least it's in the system. How does this thing still not have enough power? We have 2 geothermal plants right next to it, man. And let's make 2 more. That should be enough. These are all temporary, of course. Actually, I say it should be enough. This thing needs... how much flippin' power? 6,000 megawatts? Even on a good day, this thing can just produce 1,200, man. Yeah, that's gonna take quite a while. It also seems like we only need 1 for the entire planet. But yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna destroy it and place it somewhere else. I wonder if we lose all the progress as well. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I want to have it somewhere around here. Because we already have all these tall buildings. So I think it will look really good to have all these skyscraper-like buildings behind our base. It's also a lot easier to hide all the geothermal plants in this area. Gotta take so long to deconstruct one of these. And I just placed a couple more. I also still have to pump in some greenery on this side. It needs some trees, it needs more grass. I think that could be something we could work on next. Is make the area around our base just look a little better. Did I see that right? Yeah, we're at 100% power now. I guess all these geothermal plants are doing their job. Yeah, okay, we have 9,000 power, basically. 9,000 megawatts. Sweet. That tower is done. How does it look from all the way back here? Yes. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted. You can kind of just sit back here. I might just put another one of those climate regulators down in that area. It's hot probably there anyway. Also, the water purifiers seem to have finished, so I'll take that away. It's doing quite a large area, though. It's not doing everything I really want it to do. It's a lot smaller than I hoped. But still, it's doing a pretty decent size. Alright, something we can also do now is analyze the last of these materials. Which unlocks the spaceship. Nuclear plant. Man, we needed that like a second ago, man. Never mind, we can't even make it. We don't have one of the items. Oh, the radiation zone looks so weird now. Let's check that out on a bigger map. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that it would take out this entire chunk. Now it looks like we're going to have to place a couple more on the edges. Over here, the entire cold area seems to be slowly vanishing. Knowingly, there seems to be like a tiny bit of heat in this area. The entire desert area pretty much is cooled down. That's pretty funny. Oh, I'm looking at this, right? Our next objective, or at least when we complete this objective, we get habitats. We have to build these people bloody houses as well? Something I want to know as well, right? Can we make this area look completely nice, green, grassy? Now that it's no longer extremely hot, I wonder if that is the case. This might take a little while still as well. What we'll do in the next episode is we're really gonna just make this area look a lot better. We have access to roads. You know, I want to calm down a little bit. We've been focusing a lot on the terraformation, and our base is kind of lacking. And, you know, before we know it, it's the end of the planet. We've done all the objectives, right? And then I want to move on to Ocean World. So I want to take my time a little bit, take a step back, and create something that looks nice to live in. It looks like we're getting towards the end of our terraformation process, which is why I want to take a step back now. Because it basically taught us how to get hot areas cold, cold hot, and then untoxify the area. We know how to create oxygen. We're currently creating an atmosphere that is similar to Earth. That kind of seems like all the stages to me. So I imagine we would have to build a couple habitats for so many people and then probably done, right? So that's my reasoning for wanting to take the step back now, before it's too late and it's completely useless. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye, everyone.